A few years ago, we converted one of the bedrooms into a painting studio for Louise, and you can see that video on my channel, but she very quickly outgrew it, and so now we're building a new one. And since they tell me that the quickest and cheapest way to build a structure is to build it in the form of a steel shed, that's what we did. So we organised the excavator and started cutting into the soil in preparation. And while we were waiting for the builder to install it, we added the plumbing for a small bathroom and kitchen, some conduit for the electrical wiring, and then we poured the slab. Well, we didn't pour it, we got concreters to pour it. And what we're doing today is we're going to start standing that up. We've been waiting a long time for the builders and they're so busy they just can't get out here, so we've decided we're going to do it ourselves. And you know me, I can do it, and Louise is going to help me, and we're going to build this shed. Let me show you around. So basically that is the pile of material that's a shed. Hard to believe that it all fits in one little pile. And there's a couple of little fittings and things. Here's the shed, and this is roughly what it's going to look like. So I've just laid out a couple of the beams and channels, and we're going to start bolting this together. And I don't know how much we'll get done today. We'll probably get up the frame on the structure basically, and then over the next few weeks on weekends we're going to build it out, line it and get it up basically. And today I have with me Louise. She's going to be helping put it up. She has no idea what she's in for, but she's going to give it a go. Well, day two, we started a bit earlier today, and let me show you around what we did yesterday. So it pretty much looks like this. Today what we're going to do is put all of these little things on here. There's a bunch of frame to go between the ends, and roof battens and things on the top, and that way we can get that ready, braced up, ready for cladding. So that's it's a big job. Let's get to it today. So let's focus in on some of the details. These here are battens that go on over the top of the insulation. These battens will support the wall sheeting, and they go right across the shed. They're screwed into those main frame posts. These here are the top rails that are level with the guttering, and that's where the top of the wall sheet gets fixed to, and also the guttering gets screwed into. So this is really slow work. It's taken us such a long time. So to make up a bit of time, we've been coming out in the afternoons to do a little bit. And on the end wall, I prepared the framework for the windows and that. And in the meantime, we've got quite a bit of cladding on. Let me show you around and show you what I've done. So that's ready to fix to the battens, and put a frame over that, because over these we're going to put a timber frame to line with gyprock. Have a look around the outside here. So lots of cladding, windows. It's looking pretty good. Back wall. That was a big long run. Took a couple of days to do that. Everything takes a long time. Everything's so slow. It's only Louise and I doing it. And then we have the back wall. So you can see what I've done here is I've cut out those middle rails, put in the stiles for the windows. I've just now got to put in a trimmer bottom and top to actually hold the window in place. We've got our angle on the bottom, which is vermin proofing. That just stops mice and snakes and things getting up inside. Got a little bit of insulation to put in up the top there, and then we'll clad this side. Should get that done by about lunchtime today, because it looks like it's going to rain. I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to rain at the moment, but the weather forecast says by 1 or 2 o'clock it's going to rain. Anyway, let's get doing it. So after putting in the windows, we started cladding. Now each of these bits of cladding needs to be cut around the window, and then what happens is we seal the edges with silicone on the 2 sides, but the top stays open. We need the water to escape from the top or either side of the window. And this last wall was the trickiest because it had the most windows in it. It had 3 windows and 1 big screen door. You can see that this took a long time. You can see the morning and afternoon light, and then the morning and afternoon light again. It took us 2 days to do this wall. And this is installing the fascia, which is just a colour-bond cover fascia that goes on before we do the roofing. And then the roofing with full insulation. And then before we put on the ridge capping and the barge capping, all the sheets need to be turned up at the end. So that involves taking a shifting spanner and just bending up the sheets so that water doesn't run back under, especially when it's windy. And all of the valleys, so every single valley in every single roof sheet, all across the roof on both sides, has to be turned up. So it's quite a big job. And now Louise will take you for a walkthrough up to and inside the shed to show you around a little bit. It's fully clad now. All the roll insulation is in, the roof is on, and this now is ready for us to build the internal frames, which will be lined. So that means we'll see you on the next video.